Welcome back to What Are Two Noobs with General Disturbance, and our next replay is StSaint in the American Tier 6 SPG, the M44, and he's on the south spawn of Cliff, and the battle is underway, and nothing's happening. No, he hasn't gone to sleep, he's just pausing for breath. Yep, here he goes. Of course, it's not wise to stay at the spawn point for very long, because the enemy may look there just to see if they can see a tracer. So it's always wise to move away from the spawn point. Okay, he's setting up in the open, which is quite unusual, but let's see how this works out. Okay, there's an enemy, a Panzer 38NA, seen by the north end of the Cliff West Pass. He managed to get a splash hit for 23 hit points. Okay, it pulls back behind the cliff, so he can't do anything more. But there's a Cromwell trying to get up the cliff path to the lighthouse that's on the mountain in the centre. Now, the question is, yes, he is going to pay attention to it. That Cromwell's going up that cliff path to the lighthouse. And get a shot in there, that might ruin his day. The round just overshoots. It's unfortunate. That Cromwell's on very low hit points. A splash could kill that Cromwell. Oh, there's a looks on StSaint's side and a looks on the enemy side. That looks on the enemy side is really badly damaged. A splash kill could kill him. He aimed a shot at the T-28, but it pulled back. Will he go after that looks? Certainly looks a perfect opportunity, if you mind the pun. Right, yes he is. He's going to try that looks. A splash kill will probably take out that tank. Rounds out. And a splash kill for 47 hit points. Yep, it did work. Okay, there's a KV-1 at the bottom end of the mountain at Grid Square E3. And a SAV-3. And they're being attacked by a Cromwell and a looks. He fires a shot at the KV-1 and kills the SAV M43 as well. My God, that was a result, but unfortunately we lost the Cromwell in the process. That's unfortunate. He's indicating his target, still looking at that KV-1, but the KV-1's pulling back. He knows that he's in danger. If he stays there, he fires. No, goes into the cliff face. That doesn't work. Okay, there's another looks at the far end, behind that farmhouse. It was seen intermittently. He knows it's there. He's waiting for the reload. He can see it. He's loaded. Rounds out. And it's a direct hit. 233 hit points. Kills the looks. Okay, the KV-1's come back and he's using the SAV wreck as a shield. But it won't work against artillery, I'm afraid. You're making a mistake there. Okay, StSaint lines up a shot. Gets it ready. Rounds out. Direct hit. 211 hit points. Yes, tank drivers tend to use some things as shields. Unfortunately, it doesn't work against artillery. The shell comes in near vertically. And that KV-1 is still badly damaged. Is he going to go for the second shot? The KV-1's very slow. Looks like he's got a damaged engine. Rounds out. And it's a kill shot for 59 hit points. And that brings up his fighter badge. Okay, there's an enemy Matilda seen near the enemy cap area. Okay, it's gone unsighted now. But StSaint's looking to it. He's going to fire a shot. Yes, he is. Long flight time, but no result. Okay, there's nobody to sight it there. The looks that on StSaint's team is coming down from the hill. There's an OI near the centre of the map. And that looks is spotting him. Okay, so OI are very big heavies and they're very juicy targets for Arty. Okay, that shot didn't work, it went into the rocks, but he can obviously wait for the reload, line up another shot. Ready, rounds out. Direct hit, 109 points this time, and a stun. Okay, switched his aim. Oh, there's a T-67 right up on the rocks there, and there's a Skoda T-24 with very low hit points hiding behind that farmhouse. Let's see if he can hit it. Aims nearby, could splash kill it. And it splash kills the T-24. Oh, the T-67 was up just about there. Let's see, he's aiming a shot. Somebody else is firing at that where that T-67 is. Okay, he's almost loaded. Rounds out. Oh, it overshoots. And we can't see the T-67, so he's decided to give up on that. And he's going back, I think he's going back to the OI. Is he? Yes, he is going back to the OI. The OI is trying to engage that Matilda further up, but he's decided instead to go for this Hetzer. Fires the round without aiming it properly, but he does 54 splash damage and gives it a stun. Unfortunately, that OI is now going to go unsighted for a short while, but there's a T-67 on StSaint's team up near the enemy camp. Now, he's going to spot the OI, but the question is StSaint going to get a shot into that OI before he attacks that T-67? You can see the T-67 now, but it's behind the rock face. He fires a shot anyway. It splashes the OI for 80 hit points. Ah, the T-67 has found the enemy M44, and he's been shotgunned. Oh dear, that's bad. And we can see the enemy M44, but he's going to go unsighted very, very shortly. So he needs to work out where it's headed and fire a quick shot. Yep. No, it didn't kill the M44, but we know the M44 was heading in that direction. So we know that that's where he might be. Okay, he's taking a look at that T-67. He's headed towards the pass on the West Passage. Okay, he's jinking about. He's obviously knows that he's got to be Arty safe, so he needs to make an unpredictable course. He did get a shot near to stun the T-67, but the T-67's taken out the T-1 Heavy. Okay, there's a Stug 4 a little further up, but he's being watched by the OI and the Matilda and the T-67. And he's taking hits. Yeah, he's losing health. And although the Hetzer goes down to StSaint's shot, the fact is he's lost that Stug 4. And there's now 4 enemies just against him on his own. So he now needs to find cover now. He's fired a shot where he thinks the OI is, and he gets a kill. He destroys the OI. He worked out where it was going to be and fired into that spot. Blind kill. He's pulling back into these bushes. Smart move. The Matilda was last seen on top of the cliff, and the T-67 a little further up as well. If he didn't get into these bushes, he could be shot at from quite some distance away. Ah, the T-67's been seen, and that was a shot from the enemy M44 firing in. Okay, that T-67's on his way to him. Is he going to come this way? No, he's jinxed it. He's dummied his direction. He's gone the other way. But I think he's overcooked it because he's allowed StSaint to shotgun him in the side. Wow. Unfortunately, that's tracked StSaint in the process. And he needs to move quick because the M44 knows where he is and will be firing very shortly. He moves. He undoes his track. He repairs his track. There's the M44 shot. Now the enemy's going to know where he is. He's got a damaged track. And that M44 is going to be firing shots in to that area to see if he can get him. So he's going to have to move soon. He can't stay there forever. He's looking to the pass where he expects the Matilda to come up. That would be if the Matilda went down into the West Passage and came directly to the cap. Of course, he could go round the to the east and come down the opposite way from the lighthouse way. And that's another shot from the enemy M44. They're definitely trying to get him. He needs to move. He needs to reposition. He's going into the bushes over here. This is not where the enemy M44 will expect him, but if he sits here, he should be able to get a shot. He's looking in the area where the enemy M44 might be. Let's see if you can see the tracer for it. He can fire a shot back at that M44. Whoa, I don't know if he's seen on his mini-map, but the Matilda's suddenly made it onto the cap. He's onto the cap area. He's in the cap. StSaint lines up a shot. Fires, gets a hit. 181 hit points, and that gives him the high caliber, but unfortunately he didn't kill the Matilda, so he now needs to get off that area quickly. Relocate. The enemy M44 is going to be firing, so is the Matilda. That shot missed. And he needs to keep moving, because if he stays still for any length of time, the enemy M44 will get him. There's another hit. He's been stunned. Now, will he be able to get a shot into this Matilda to stop the cap? The Matilda's pulled out the cap. He's going to have to shotgun him. He lines it up manually and fires and kills the Matilda. 136 hit points. But unfortunately, he's received a hit for 126 hit points, which leaves him only 59 left. Okay, the enemy fired in another shot in behind him. The M44 tried again. Now the question is, will the enemy M44 be able to work out where he's headed? I doubt it. The great thing about the M44, it's so fast compared to other artillery. Not as fast as the FP304, but certainly very fast. And he's making his way to the West Passage. It's the most direct route to the enemy cap. He might meet the enemy M44 coming that way. It all depends on if that enemy M44 has decided to try and take the enemy cap. Nope, no sign of the enemy M44. Oh, he's going up onto the rise. He's going up onto the first rise. Now this may enable him to look through the bushes and see if he can spot the enemy M44 if it's out in the open. Of course, the enemy M44 might be expecting that, might be pre-aimed at one of these spots. Is he going to stop and have a look? No, it appears he's not. It looks like he's actually going all the way round. He's doing a quick circuit. He may have been spotted actually when he did that, because for a moment he went past an open area and the enemy M44 might have seen him at that point, but he's probably unsighted by now. This is very interesting. I've never seen Arty try this this particular route, to go up onto the cliff edge and look down. I'm not sure he's going to get up there though. That's a little too steep for an M44. He's having a go, turning it sideways. Oh, no, it's very difficult. Almost succeeded. Almost. Oh, he spotted the enemy M44. Oh my gum. Okay, and the M44 fires and misses him. He turns to face it and falls off the cliff. He's fallen down the cliff. Has he thrown it away? Oh my god. He gets to the bottom of the cliff. He turns to face the enemy M44. It's going to be a shotgun. He manually aims it and fires and kills the enemy M44, and that's a Pools medal. 10 kills. Oh my gum, what an end to that battle. Let's look at the end of battle stats. This is incredible. It was an ace tanker, unsurprisingly. A bruiser medal. A duelist, because he damaged or killed 2 vehicles that damaged him. The Pools medal for killing at least 10 of the enemy. A Starks medal. He received more than 2/3 of his hit points in damage and 2 hits, enemy hits, and still survived the battle. A high caliber for scoring the most damage in the battle. And the Top Gun for killing at least 6 of the enemy. My gum, look at that score. And if we look at the team scores, he did 2,051 hit points of damage. He did 10 kills. And he earned base XP of 1,167, which is quite high. If we look at the detailed report, he fired 24 shots. 12 direct hits, 12 penetrations. That's 50% of his shots hit and penetrated. He did splash damage of 6. He damaged 2,051 and 1,291 of that was from more than 300 meters. That will of course mean the difference is the tanks that he hit at close range, which was the M44, the Matilda and the T67. He received 2 hits, 2 penetrations. Those were from the Matilda. Hits a result of splash damage 2. Those were from the M44. Enemy vehicles damaged 11. Enemy vehicles destroyed 10. 8 stuns caused. And he defended 5 capture points, 5 defense points. He only has a standard account, so he took away, he had 26,036 credits awarded. After deductions for repair and ammunition, he took away 12,264 credits. His base XP is 1,164, and times 2 for the first victory of the day. He walks away with 2,334 XP. Now that was quite some battle. You don't often see pools medals for Arty, but you do see them, and you see Colibanos too. So well done, StSaint. That was very exciting at the end. I would never have expected that you would fall off the cliff and still win the battle, but you did. So thanks very much for providing that replay. If you enjoyed this battle, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you in the next one.